Okay. Whee! Do, 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 do. Deal. Da, da. Magic points. There we go. All right. Why does that guy look like Hargon? What?
So, thou art come before me at last. I am the Dragon Lord, Master of Masters, King of Kings. Long have I awaited this moment.
Okay.
Liar! The Dragon Lord was slain long ago by our ancestor, mighty Erdrick. You are an imposter, a trickster, a fraud.
What, pray tell, do you find so amusing?
Forgive me. Perhaps I should explain. If thou wilt permit me another attempt. I am the Dragon Lord's great grandson.
He's what?
It seemeth my great-grandfather did give thine esteemed ancestor a good deal of trouble. But rest assured, I do not mean to do the same myself. I have no quarrel with humankind.
Can that truly be so? I do not mean to doubt you, but...
Oh, please, doubt away. 'Tis only to be expected, but I speak true, I promise thee. Why else would I have ejected those sniveling fiends who did just now come a-crawling?
We fought those self-same fiends. We met them as we entered the castle, and they did set upon us most mercilessly.
Yeah, they did that.
So they learned nothing from their chastisement at my hand, and fell straight to attacking innocent humans. I shall not be so quick to let such visitors escape unscathed in future.
So you truly are not allied with Hargon?
Nope.
Heavens, no. Though he doth pester me most mightily to join him, I have no desire to see the world laid waste. He was e'er an unpleasant fellow.
You know him? Then please, you must teach us of him.
Yeah, teach us about him.
My homeland was destroyed by a horde under his command. I journey to see that my people and my father are avenged, and that no other land is made to suffer as Moonbrook did. Hargon must be stopped.
So that is thy game. Then thou must needs gather the 5 sigils.
Yep.
Sigils? The monsters at the lake too spoke of sigils.
Ah, so you know of them. Hargon hath set his underlings to seek them out, and with some urgency it seemeth. In them is contained all the power of nature.
Because he wants the power.
A power that can be conferred upon the wielder. Though to the casual eye, they seem mere stones etched with strange symbols. Still, those able to sense such things will know them for what they truly are.
And Hargon would make their power his own. Or does he have some other purpose in setting his vassals to seek them out?
Stop us from using them?
Alas, that question I am not permitted to answer. I do not mean to hinder thee in thy quest. It is simply not my place to furnish thee with such knowledge.
What in heavens does that mean?
Wrong
I shall
guy.
do this instead. I shall point you in the direction of those who do possess the right. I hear that they are currently in need of assistance themselves. The news of their plight hath reached me just now, in fact. Fortuitous timing. Or fateful, perhaps.
Either or. Faithful, most likely.
Northeast of Tantagel lieth the Shrine of Rain, wherein dwell the fairies. They find themselves under attack by Hargon's horde. Go to their aid.
Fairies? The creatures from the books my nursemaid read to me as a child?
Thou thinkest them mere
Yeah,
myths.
they're real.
Well, thou wilt soon find
Here to
that they
help
are
them
quite
move into
real.
that place.
Indeed, their kind hold the very fabric of our world together. Will you go in my place, brave heroes? Should I venture forth to help them, I fear that I might lay the shrine low, and in so doing, cause more harm than good. Aid them, and they will tell you of the sigils. As I say, they are the ones entitled to do so, though they may not share their knowledge willingly or easily. Nonetheless, I do not doubt that they will take you one step closer to your goal. So, will you do as I ask?
Yeah. Why are they all looking at me all of a sudden?
Perhaps if we might confer among ourselves a moment first.
But of course, such decisions are not to be made lightly.
Well, what think you? Should we go to the fairy's aid? Hey Amal, how are you? How are the enemies treating you? Yo, Hunter! I'm doing okay. My back and neck hurt, which is causing a headache. But that's to be expected with all the on and off rain we've been having. Bad guys? Yeah, they're falling to the puff puff. How's it be you? Should we go to the fairy's aid? Based on the word of the Dragon Lord's own great-grandson? Who speaks of fairies and strange entitlements? Surely he is spinning us a yarn. Surely not. If he did, he would spin one far more convincing. Do you not agree, Gawain? No. I comprehend full well your hesitation. We are, after all, descendants of mighty Erdic, sworn enemy of the Dragon Lord. But if what he says is true, the fairies are in grave need of our aid, and in possession of the very thing we seek, knowledge of the sigils. Yeah, they're the ones who make the sigils. Is there some manner, perhaps, in which we might have him prove his claim that he does not think humans his foes? Better safe than sorry, indeed. Hi, Mr. Bad Guy, sir, who's not a bad guy.
Have you reached a decision?
We have. Forgive us our presumptuousness, but we would ask something of you. You say that you have no quarrel with humankind. Is there some way in which you might make proof of this?
This is the point on which you feel you must needs
I
press me.
forgot to mention this in the Star Ocean
Very
streams,
well.
but
You are the
Raymond's
scions of
English
mighty
voice for Star
Erdrick,
Ocean
I
Fine
suppose.
Forest does not match.
A certain
I think the voice sounds a bit
wariness
bad,
of me is
but it
understandable.
just doesn't fit.
What might suffice, I wonder?
I'm used to it because anime has...
But of
And it's always a
course,
50-50
how could I
shot if they
forget?
ever cast the right
I should
person.
have thought of it from the first. Fear not, little ones. I do not mean to belabor you with this blade. It is not in my power to wield it. I mean simply to return it to its rightful owners.
Yeah! Hero sword!
It. Whatever do you mean?
Though it is somewhat tarnished with age, this is a mighty
I think the
weapon,
problem with
the like of
the
which
Raymond
only a
in
great
Star
hero
Ocean
might
is
wield.
his design is a little off. It's clunky and there's no emotion on their
This is the
faces,
very blade that
which is
slew
something
the
that
Dragon
the
Lord
higher
so long
3D
ago.
animation games are missing is emotions.
And lost much of its might in so languishing. It still possesseth the power to banish evil. Well, surely this proveth my status as friend and ally.
Oh, it does. It more than proves it. Forgive us our mistrust of you. It was most unkind.
Sorry, I'm trying to pay attention to what's happening here.
Thank you.
I feel a royal fool for doubting you now.
Nonsense.
No, you should always
Thou art
doubt
sorry.
bad guys.
I've said as much. The sword is yours. I require naught in exchange.
Everyone else's voices are fine. It's Raymond. That bugs me a bit. His Jap voice fits better. That, like I said, it's the same thing that happens in anime. Especially if you watch it both dubbed and subbed. Most of the time, the Japanese voice is going to fit better because the character was designed with those voices in mind. Where in the English of dubbing things, it's never going to be perfect because it wasn't designed around them. They go for the person that can pull off a character right by acting more than does the voice match the look of the character. I'm saying what bugs me about him is the fact of his hair. It's a really weird choppy thing, which is just weird. It makes him look more like Sabretooth from X-Men than it does a leading male character, but can get used to it. It's also just a preference thing. I don't mind the voice. I do mind the fact that they have no facial reactions. Where even in the 5th one, there was facial reactions, like the eyes would move if they were sad or happy to emote emotion. And with these higher 3D games, we're not getting the emotions coming through with the facial expressions. I think that's why Baldur's Gate 3 did a really good job, because it was all motion captured, which meant it caught the emotional movement on the actors' faces. Yeah, the Star Ocean games always seem to have a lack of emotions in the 3D games. Voices will be good, it's just the character's expression with the 3D models that need work. Yeah, they don't do the motion capture part, and they should. But even then, the emotion of the English dubbing would not match with the Japanese emotions, because they'd be mistimed due to the sentence structure between English and Japanese. All right, back to the Dragon Lord.
Gratitude is reparation enough. I pray that the blade might be restored to its full power ere long. Now go. The fairies have need of your aid. Northeast of Tantagel, do not forget. Hargon must not be suffered to succeed.
Aye.
True. Yep. I think I got used to off dubbing because I grew up watching a lot of the Godzilla, and well, their dubbing over never works out. Now, I will say there was one anime dubbed voice actor that I liked more than the Japanese one. And I told the voice actor this and it made him cry. It's the original English voice actor for Guts in the Berserk series. I thought his voice was way more fitting than the Japanese voice. I don't know, he just had a way to pull off the emotions and the gruffness of the character that the Japanese voice couldn't do.
Escape us.
And the worst dubbing goes to everything that 4Kids did. Yeah, there are some cases the English voice actor is superior to the Japanese voice actor, and it's rare. It's rare when it does happen. And like I said, sometimes the issue between the dubbing has to do with how they've translated the script. Like 4Kids was notorious for taking things out that they didn't think American kids could understand. So like the majority of Dragon Ball didn't come over here, and Sailor Moon, if you had it subtitled, you got the real script, and on the bottom it'd be saying like, oh my lord, the world's gonna end, we're all gonna die, and they're talking about hanging out and going shopping. Always amused me. Or like the two ladies who were in a relationship and they tried to change all their dialogue to the fact that they were cousins or friends, and it just never, like the subtitles would be all kind of flirty and the dubbing would be like, yeah, we're best friends. Yeah, 4Kids may have done a lot of things wrong, but they did some things right. The advanced series of Pokemon minus the Battle Frontier Critica, plus we got Seto Kaiba as Brock. I think the problem that 4Kids had was more their closed-mindedness when it came to the subject. That was irritating. Now, I will give them that it was a great way to get little kids introduced to anime. But things were weird with it. And not like a little weird. Things were weird with how it lined up. Because by the Battle Frontier of Pokemon and Beyond started, the voice actors were changed. The voice actors usually change because 4chan stopped doing anime. 4Kids, they stopped. So the voice cast is usually on contract with a specific company. That's why Funimation voice actors very rarely do a different company's voices. Because back then you had like 7 different anime companies that were doing animes. Can't go wrong with Studio Ghibli for kids. Studio Ghibli is also changed a lot for American audiences. Nowadays, it's not so much. I think they've learned that, you know, what's okay for kids in other countries are okay for kids here. But that's also a Disney. Disney does Studio Ghibli. And that changed with them trying to stop the appropriation they were doing of subject matter. Because The Lion King is 100% Kaiba the White Lion. So completely stolen. But a lot of the times the voice actors change because of ownership of the rights for the series. And I think Pokemon didn't suffer too much with 4Kids because Pokemon itself was made for kids. Where Dragon Ball and Sailor Moon was made for older kids, to more preteens and teens. Which is hard. So if you got into Sailor Moon when you were younger, or Dragon Ball when you were younger, and you went and got the comic books, the manga, because that was coming out here, you went from an innocent show to Bulma showing her boobs, her boobas, and giving a puff puff to Master Roshi. Master Roshi having adult magazines, every single adult magazine showing up at his house. Dr. Slump was safe. Yeah, I can understand with Yu-Gi-Oh! There was a bunch of stuff that needed to be censored for it to be watchable for kids. Hence why they didn't dub the 4th season. And that's the same thing they did with Sailor Moon. Like, we never got Sailor Stars because they didn't know how to... They've already written over the lesbian couple. So what were they gonna do with a group of guys who become girls when they transform? So I'm really glad that Funimation went and got the rights to Dragon Ball, and Sailor Moon's rights went to somebody else, and they went back and they've redone the series. They released the series in whole with the new dubbing. But yeah, anytime the voices change, it's because the contract has changed. That's how you can tell in animes when a company has changed hands. I remember that. Yeah, it was pretty big. I know my brother was really happy because for us, trying to import was interesting. Because we had to get a foreign VCR and DVD player because we were also importing Godzilla content. Imported one Japanese CD cost $70 US. Yeah. And it was expensive. They were the wrong country tags. And they didn't have subtitles. Oh yeah, a 4Kids show called Chaotic might get a revival sometime in the next few months. Ooh, I don't remember Chaotic. Boom, 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 boom. I think I stopped watching 4Kids pretty early. And yeah, imports. And I was more into Slayers. It's also really sad to know that some of the anime companies that went under, nobody owns the rights or can get the rights to the stuff that they had. So there's a lot of shows that we're just never going to see again.